I didn't know that.
It originally started through a breakup, not gonna lie. Hey, what's up guys, this is Kicks Through Christ. I'm Grant Shoop. First shoe I ever made and how it all started. So let's get into it. Originally started through a breakup, not gonna lie. It wasn't the greatest thing. It sucked at the time. Glad it ended though, because at the end of the day I realized I was putting her above God. I was putting her first when I shouldn't have been. Shouldn't have given God the time he needed out of me, and so I feel like God brought me out of there, which I'm extremely thankful for. Who knows where I would have been if I stayed in there. I hope that she's doing well. I hope she's having a blessed life. We broke up. Got these knockoff Jordan ones to try to like impress or whatever, and I painted them in this like Miami colorway thing. It was pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie, and I've never had like any actual real paint. I got these like Sharpie ink things. I mean, it worked and they're still on the shoe today, but it just looked like it was drawn on, which was kind of cool because it gave it a cool theme nonetheless. Still rock those every now and then because you gotta know where you started to see where you are, you know? Like 2 years ago, because I didn't start my business then. I just had those shoes made. Continuing on, I brought them to church, but after that day, I just started wearing them on a regular basis, and then I got like compliments out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I kind of was like, hey God, if this is something you want me to do, let me know. And then he just kept giving me confirmation after confirmation after confirmation, and it was insane. Like, you know when you listen to, like when you scroll on Instagram and like whatever you're talking about, it'll pop up. I wasn't talking about this. Like, I literally wasn't talking about this. And then out of nowhere I get these like sneaker ads on how to sell sneakers, how to make sneakers, blah 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 blah. And then I started watching YouTube videos like D Jesus Custom Sneak, and then I watched Casey Customs, I watched Kizzo Kicks. I love Kizzo Kicks. Anyways, I kept wearing them, got the confirmation, and people just kept complimenting me. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do some. So I got in a new job. I was, believe it or not, I was making 6 figures. It was a dope job. I was selling fragrances at the mall. But I left that job and started pursuing my business a lot more. Matter of fact, that boss that I used to have bought some shoes from me to make for his little kid. And they were like these Spider-Man ones. I'll show those too. But that's another thing where I started, one of the first shoes as well. And so I was like, okay, God, this is what you want me to do, I'll do it. And then I don't remember how, but I started reading the verse Luke 18:27, where it says all things are possible through me, hence Christ. And so that just really like motivated me. And I was like, you know what? And then like came to my mind, like kind of like Stanley when he comes up with characters like Spider-Man and whatnot and Iron Man. And I was like, what if I did like this crown of thorns and put kicks in it, and then had like a cross, and it said Kicks Through Christ, KTC. Originally I wanted a TC, but then I was like, wait, that's copying Transformation Church too much. So I went with this, Kicks Through Christ, and I can show you the original logo too. It's so much different than it is now. And then I got my friend DXM to design it for me, but I had it all sketched out. Came with the idea, and then he just drew it. Like, it was awesome. It was so cool to see it come into fruition, and yeah, it's a blessing. But yeah, got the logo, got that, continued wearing those shoes and whatnot, and still kept getting compliments. It was crazy. So I started going to like vendor events, sold some shoes there, got some custom orders. I started at craft fair actually, which is kind of wild. Yeah, craft fairs aren't it usually, but I did still get a sale, which was wild for a custom shoe, you know. And I do Air Forces. Air Forces are not that cheap, you know. But yeah, I kept going, kept pressing. Was still in high school at the time. It was probably like my junior year when I started this. And then I got out of high school and graduated. Was still pouring time into my business, but I was also running track and cross country. And from that, I had things divided. So my attention was half on my business, half on me running to get a scholarship. I got some D2, D3 offers, but it really just, it kind of all went down from there. So, because when I got to college, right, I went to ORU. I was going to try to walk on, and you already know the story. I like felt God was calling me there and whatnot, but to summarize it all up, I sprained my ankle the day before my last off-season meet to get a time I needed to walk on. And so I took that as the verse where it says, man's decisions are many, but the Lord determines your steps. So I was like, okay, God, I'll invest in my business more. Pursued my business. Didn't grow in the way I wanted it to in college, but it grew in the way I needed it to. I also made these shoes for this kid named JJ, entirely free. I got my hall to donate enough money so I could design them all for him. That was super cool. Made these shoes for a bonfire thing. Shout out to Alexis. But yeah, it was just super cool, and I'm so grateful. Like, I may not still be where I want to be, but I'm not where I was, and that's what I gotta take out of it. So I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep pressing, even when the odds are against me, because you know, who shall be against me? For God is on my side. Though I walk through the valley of death, who shall I fear? You feel me? Like, God's got me. I don't need a trip. I just need to trust. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see where it goes. But yeah, that was how it started. It started from that one shoe, the Miami colorway, and it was like a mismatch too, you know. It was pretty tight. But yeah. Well, that's it about that story, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. This is Grant Shoop. This is Kicks Through Christ. Peace.